Hello guys, welcome. We will talk about what I learned. Today you already know that, and I started to translate basic starting and mega installation. There are about installations. And yesterday we stopped here, and today I translated from this sentence to this sentence. And I will tell you what I understood from this news, from this part actually. This company is SpaceX try to reduce the reflectivity, means the light is coming from the starlings and from that satellites. These lights they are trying to reduce, and they are doing coating. Coating means kinda dark wall over the satellites, so these painting, we can say, or this wall absorb the light but don't reflect that light. Yeah, you can think it's like black. If you put the light on black, it absorbs many things, a lot of them, so it doesn't reflect many lights. And they are doing paint job like this, and it will be dark color, I think. And they are telling the detailed coordinates of spacecraft to observatory, so astronomers can't how can I say that? And they can know which one is satellite, which one is meteor. Yeah. So these are their coordinates, and this is long exposure images. You can think there are kind of pictures that are taking the road pictures, and finally you see just lights. There is no car. So that's the long exposure image. So we just can see these streaks. So the company told the observatories and the astronomers the detailed coordinates, so astronomers can know which one is satellite. So here dark satellite the project is, and we can do we are not sure, we cannot be sure end of the February, because end of February the dark satellite reach operational orbit. Now there is no dark satellite, so what was that? Coating. There is no coating satellites on the orbit now, but end of the February there will be. So until that time we can't make a proper assessment, so we need to wait until that time. And the AES, I don't know which company is this, so they make a meeting to investigate impact of so-called means sözde sözüm ona. That means its meaning is really interesting. At mega constellation we know that. So we stopped here, and tomorrow I will continue to translate maybe this part. Now we will talk about the TED Talks. Here we will start. We started to translate, and our topic is how the food you eat affects your brain. So what you eat so important for your brain and for your gut, for your health. So amino acids, they contain precursors, means haberci, öncü. I can say some Turkish words to say to meanings, so they're important and they're technical verbs. So actually my English is not enough to express it in English with other words. so I will use Turkish meaning. And they are affecting these signals. They are affecting mood, sleep. Attentiveness means dikkat, attentiveness. And then one of the reasons is, for example, when you eat a lot of pasta, you feel calm. After you eat a lot of pasta, a lot of bread, you feel calm. But if you eat a protein rich, for example meat, if you eat meat, a lot of meat, you feel alert, more alert. So this is the one of the reasons. And stimulate means warm. In the food compounds and the combinations or compounds, we can say that stimulate, warm your brain to release mood altering. Alter means change, mood changing. Which hormones is like that? Neurophins, norepinephrine, dopamine, serotonin. Dopamine is make you happy. Serotonin makes you makes you make a logical decision. But I don't know what is this hormone's function. And what's getting our your brain, and it means controlling your brain cells, is tricky. And tricky means here hard, difficult. So amino acids have to compete, have to race, we can say that, for limited access, because we can't understand everything in front of us or environment, in environment. And here range means variable or vary of foods, very different foods. If it's very different foods, that helps us a balanced combination of brain messengers and keep our mood from getting skewed. Skewed means in one direction or another. This means sometimes we are so happy or we are so sad. But if we eat different things, vegetables, fruits, meat, something like that, and nuts and grains, something like that, that keeps us feel normal, not so happy, abnormally happy. Being happy is a good thing, but not abnormally happy. But you sometimes you feel sad without reason. So when you pay attention what you eat, you can fix this problem. We understood this from this sentence. Like the other organs, brain also benefit here. Getting help from a study. Study means you need to eat regularly. That's the important. And antioxidants in fruit and vegetables. Fruit and vegetables is important here. Strengthen, improve your brain to fight off free radicals. But these radicals are destroying your brain cells. And enabling your brain, let your brain to work well for a long period. And if you eat fruit and vegetables a lot, you can work well for a long time. So you can pay attention what you study, what you work, and your job. So that makes you more successful. That's the important. And we stopped here. Tomorrow I continue to translate from here. Maybe we can translate this part. I'm not sure. Tomorrow we will see. Now we will talk about Hobbit. Is my favorite. And here we are. It's 34th page in PDF. And I will talk about this thing. The last belonging to Thorin. What's the last? Is sky blue one with a long silver tassel. It was a hood. these colors, these tassels means püsküllü, belonged to, it was Thorin's. Who is Thorin's enormous important dwarf? He is so important. In fact, actually, this is sentence I translated in other video. If you wonder, you can go there. So this Thorin is not pleased because you remember when the Hobbit, when the Bilbo opened the door with a jerk suddenly, and other dwarves fell down. So place that falling flat on Bilbo's mat. Mat here, you know, yoga mat. You can put to ground and make sport on that. That's a mat. So there is a mat in front of, actually under the door. So all the dwarves falling down on the map, on the mats. Sorry. And with Bifur, Bofur, and Bomber, these three of them fell on top of him. Who is him? Thorin. So Thorin was angry, not pleased. And for one thing, here Bomber is one of them, is immensely very fat and heavy. So that's the bad thing for Thorin. And then so here where Thorin indeed, actually haughty means self-centered, we can say that. So he said nothing about servers. He was angry. But our poor Mr. Baggins, our Bilbo, said he was sorry many times. And then Thorin, I forget the names easily, sorry for that. Grunted means talk inside your mouth. Just grunted, pray don't mention it, something like that. And pray don't mention it, some means it doesn't matter. And stop frowning. Frowning means when you get angry, your eyebrow you are making like this when you get angry. Frowning is the verb to express this movement. And Gandalf said, now we are all here. But he said this while looking at the row 13 hoods. It means there are 13 dwarves. And the best detachable. Detachable is easy to take out. Something like that. I'm not sure its meaning. Actually, what does this part means? It's express the hoods, I know that, but if you know in detail information, please write on comment section. And his own head hanging also on the pegs. And he said, quite a merry gathering. Gathering is meeting. Merry means good, joyful. And then he asked, I hoped, he asked, is there any something left for the latecomers? Because Gandalf and four other dwarves come later and to eat and drink. And still Gandalf said, and Gandalf wants red wine, and Thorin also said, and for me, it means Thorin wants red wine. And before asked raspberry jam. Raspberry means ahududu, jam reçel, and apple tart, you know that. And means here kıyma pies, mince pies and cheese, pork, you know that, pork pie and salad, want bombur, bofur want this. And other dwarfs ask more cakes and ale. Ale means the best quality beer, and coffee if you don't mind. If it is okay for you, you can bring us cakes and ale, they said, but they are near the door. And Gandalf said, put on a few eggs. There is a good fellow here. Just bring a few eggs too. There is a good friend here. And called after him. It means other dwarves ask many things. At that time, Bilbo start to go pantry. Pantry here means killer. And then Gandalf called after him. And when the Bilbo going the pantry, he asked a few eggs and a few eggs. And the hobbit stopped. Stopped means a little sleepy and noisy, walking, like something like that, because Bilbo was angry. There are a lot of people in house and they want many things, and probably they finished everything. And then Gandalf said, just bring out cold chicken and pickles. Pickles means turşu. And he ordered finally again. And we stopped here. Tomorrow we will translate here, this page. I'm wondering what will happen. That's so excited. If you want to know in detail, you can watch other Hobbit videos. I will translate it from English to Turkish. I hope these videos will help you and motivate you, guys. See you tomorrow. Bye bye.